So CAGED is a powerful way to navigate the fretboard, but if you only apply it to major, you're missing part of the picture, because we can take the same concept and apply it to minor chords, scales, and arpeggios, and fill in those gaps left from only knowing the major CAGED system. So in this lesson series, we're going to dive into the minor side of CAGED and build a more complete map of the fretboard. So just like with major CAGED, the minor CAGED system starts with learning the chord system first, then adding the arpeggio and scales. We're going to go through the minor CAGED chords in this lesson. We'll learn the shapes. I'll give you a couple of exercises that will help you get them under your fingers and anchor them to the fretboard. Then in parts 2, 3, and 4, we'll layer in the arpeggios and scales. And with the foundation you build from this lesson, it'll all come together and you'll have a complete system for seeing the minor fretboard. Before we jump in, I have a free lesson pack in the description that contains the diagrams and tab for this lesson. So be sure to grab that and reference it as needed as we work through the minor CAGED chords. Also, you should be familiar with the major CAGED chords before going through this lesson. We're going to reference them throughout. So if this is all new to you, check out the CAGED lesson on my website, and the link for that is also in the description. So if you already know major CAGED, the most important thing to realize is that the root note patterns for the minor CAGED system are exactly the same. So the roots for C major shape are the same as the roots for C minor shape. The roots for the A major shape are the same as the roots for the A minor shape. The only thing that changes is the third. So we're going to start from the major CAGED chords to create the minor shapes. And we're going to work our way up the fretboard through each of the minor CAGED positions, starting with the C minor shape. Okay, so starting with our C major chord shape, in the open position, to get the C minor chord shape, what we need to do is take the note that's on the fourth string, which is the major third, drop it 1 fret to get the minor third, and we create the C minor shape. Also on the C minor shape, we take out the E that's on the top, which is also major third, so we remove that from the chord. Moving up to the A shape, starting with the A major chord shape, and we're going to take the third that sits on the second string. We're going to take that down 1 fret to get the minor third. And we have our A minor form. Moving up to our G major shape. We're going to take the major third that's on the 5th string, drop it 1 fret to a minor third, and we get our G minor shape. And for our E shape, starting with the E major shape, and we're going to take the third that's on the 3rd string, drop it down a fret, and we're just going to bar straight across. Then we get our E minor shape. And moving up to our D shape, we're going to take the third that's on the 1st string, we're going to drop it 1 fret to a minor third, and we have our D minor shape. And that puts us back at our C minor shape at the octave. So now that we have our minor chord shapes, let's work on tying these shapes to the root notes. So in this exercise, we're going to start the process of anchoring the root notes to the chord shapes, and this is going to create landmarks that will allow you to see these shapes all over the neck. So starting with C minor, we're going to play the root notes, followed by the full chord, and then progress up the fretboard through all the minor CAGED shapes. So starting with the C minor form, we have roots on the 2nd string, and on the 5th string. And moving up to the A minor form, we have root notes on the 5th string that connect to the C minor form, and we have a root note on the 3rd string. So moving up to the G minor form, we have root notes on the 3rd string that connect back to the A minor form, and we also have a root note on the 6th string. Now the root note in this position on the 1st string we don't play as part of the chord, but it will become useful when we look at the arpeggio. And moving up to the E minor form, we have root notes on the 6th string that connect back to the G minor form, and we have a root note on the 4th string and a root note on the 1st string. And moving up to the D form, we have a root note on the 4th string that connects back to the E minor form, and we have a root note on the 2nd string. And moving up to the C minor form, we have root notes on the 2nd string and on the 5th string. Okay, now we're going to work our way back down to the starting position, starting at the octave, the C minor shape. we have a root note on the 5th string and a root note on the 2nd string. Moving back down to the D minor shape, we have a root note on the 2nd string and a root note on the 4th string. And back down to the E minor shape, we have a root note on the 4th string, root note on the 1st string, and a root note on the 6th string. Now we're back down to the G minor shape, where we have a root note on the 6th string and a root note on the 3rd string. And moving on to the A minor shape, where we have a root note on the 3rd string and we have a root note on the 5th string. Now we're back down to our starting point with the C minor shape. We have a root note on the 5th string and we have a root note on the 2nd string. So we're just working from the C minor shape in this lesson, but you'll want to do this exercise with each of the chord shapes as a starting point. So for this exercise, we're going to work the roots up the fretboard again, but this time we're just going to play the root notes. We're not going to play the chord. But what I want you to do is visualize the chord shapes around these root notes as you move from position to position. Okay, this is going to help you to see these chord shapes from just the root notes. Okay, so we're going to start in the C minor form, just playing the root notes and working our way up the fretboard. I'm not playing it any specific number of times. I'm just giving myself enough time to visualize the chord around those root notes. Starting with C minor. A minor. G minor. E minor. D minor. And C minor. And now we're going to work our way back down the fretboard, again just playing the root notes, visualizing the chords around them, starting with C minor, D minor, E minor, G minor, A minor, and C minor. Again, you want to take this exercise and use each of the minor caged shapes as a starting point. Okay, so now we've set the foundation for minor caged. The goal at this point is to get the chord shapes under your fingers and anchor them to the root notes so you're able to see them across the fretboard. In part 2, we'll build the minor caged arpeggios from these same chord shapes. Don't forget to grab the free lesson pack in the description, and I'll see you in part 2.